The good spell is one of the greatest examples of linguistic conditioning ever placed onto the human nervous system. People think good simply means kind, moral, or pure, or positive, but the structure underneath the word reveals something much deeper. Good comes from God, yes. The consonantal frame never changed, G-D. The ancients understood that vowels don't destroy the structure of a word. Vowels extend the breath. They stretch the duration. They alter the pacing, yes, the timing, the energetic emphasis, yes, inside the chamber, but they don't erase the consonantal skeleton carrying the force. So when God becomes good, the added O only elongates the breath field inside the same frame. The outcome doesn't actually change, doesn't fundamentally change. It remains, and this is where the installation begins. Because to build a civilization around control, around commerce, around hierarchy, around behavioral conditioning, you first have to install duality into the human nervous system. You have to convince human beings that they're not already full, that they're not whole. You have to create the possibility of becoming bad, so people spend their lives chasing good or goods. But wait, there's an economic layer. Because if human beings understood themselves as naturally aligned or naturally connected, naturally complete, the system couldn't maintain the same level of psychological control. There would be no reason to endlessly seek external approval. So the meaning of good has to be redirected for this to work. Instead of it meaning living alignment, it becomes meaning social approval, right? Usefulness to the economic structure, a good. Instead of meaning natural existence, it becomes an earned existence, earned acceptance. That's why the word is repeated from birth. Good boy, good girl, good citizen, good consumer, good standing. The nervous system becomes conditioned to associate safety, reward, and survival with behavior and compliance. It's part of the same scheme. It's not accidental. It's reinforcement of the same architecture. But the biggest twist is perspective. If people can be convinced they live inside a society fundamentally built on religion instead of economics, then good changes. The fundamentals of good changes. People assume that they want everybody to be good. That's what you think. That's the illusion. They want everybody to be goods. The entire structure changes meaning with the economic lens. So, our civilization does not worship morality. It worships production, expansion, economic continuity. And that changes the meaning of good in that sense. Good does not mean morally aligned. Good means economically beneficial. So this civilization isn't telling people to behave morally. It's conditioning you to identify yourselves as useful, as economic units. That's why this exists in the phrase goods and services. It's hidden in plain sight. You're trained to call yourself good, a good, or sir, a service, servitude, right? A sir. This is the hidden duality underneath of our